In this video, we are going to talk about Mercury in the nakshatra of Shravana. So, padas, symbolism, effects, and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Vedic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. And if you want to learn Vedic Astrology step by step, join me on 33 days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp. And if you want to download the Hora template, which I released right now, you can go and check the link into the description to get that Hora template as well. And let's get started with Mercury into the nakshatra of Shravana. Let's talk about what is Mercury. Mercury is the planet which is the planet of balance. Mercury is the balance between feminine energy and the dominant male martial energy. Okay, so Mercury is like a balanced energy. Mercury always likes to connect with people, like to organize new information, make new friends, and involve into the fun activities as well. Communication is one of the most important significations of Mercury, and your maternal relatives, like the siblings of your mother, can also be seen with Mercury. Okay, and Mercury is the planet which is also associated with business, commerce, and exchange of goods and services. Mercury is a shrewd businessman. Mercury likes to connect with people for mutual benefits. Okay, Mercury is also about the symmetry in life. Symmetry, balance, communication, friendship, fun activities, all these things can be seen with Mercury in one's chart. Now, what is a Shravan Nakshatra? Shravan Nakshatra ranges from 10 degree of Capricorn to the 23 degrees 20 minutes of the Capricorn. It has 4 padas. The first pada ranges from 10 degree to the 13 degrees 20 minutes, goes into the Aries Navamsha. The second pada ranges from 13 degrees 20 minutes to the 16 degrees 40 minutes, goes into the Taurus Navamsha. The third pada is from 16 degrees 40 minutes to the 20 minutes and goes into the Gemini Navamsha. And the fourth pada ranges from 20 degrees of the Capricorn to the 23 degrees 40 minutes of the Capricorn and goes into the Cancer Navamsha. Shravan Nakshatra, the literal meaning of the word Shravana is to listen. So it has a lot of karma around the listening part of it. And when I say listening is listening to the advices of your guru, as well as your friends or well-wishers, mentors. And you should always keep a check on your ego, and you should listen to your well-wishers. That's the biggest lesson for Shravan Nakshatra. Okay, Shravan Nakshatra is associated with the symbolism of the 3 steps or the trident, or it is also associated with the number 3. Okay, and if you want to know more about the Shravan Nakshatra, check out the story of Vamana Avtara. Okay, now let's move on to the deity of this nakshatra. Deity of this nakshatra is Vamana or the Vishnu. Okay, Vamana is a reincarnation, the 5th reincarnation of the Lord Vishnu. But Vishnu, which is the prime deity, which is one of the Trinity along with Brahma and Shiva, rules this nakshatra. And Vishnu is known for maintenance. Okay, Lord Shiva is for destruction, Lord Brahma is for creation, and the most difficult part of any system is the maintenance. So Vishnu looks after the maintenance of the universe. Okay, now Vishnu is the ruler of the Shravan Nakshatra, and you should listen to the story of Shravan Nakshatra. I'll just quickly tell you the story. There was a king of demon or asuras called Bali. Okay, and he was a kind and generous king. He used to donate a lot of things to everybody. Okay, and he was planning to, invade Lord Indra and take away his, status. So the Lord Indra went to Lord Vishnu and asked for help, and then Lord Vishnu came into the dwarf Brahmin incarnation and went up to King Bali and asked him if he could give him 3 steps of land. Okay, and Lord, the King Bali was, he was into his ego. He didn't realize that, okay, he was like 3 steps. I'm the king of 3 worlds, right? Bhuloka, Pataloka, and and I'm planning to invade Lord Indra. I'm so powerful, and you're asking for just 3 steps. I'll give it to you. Okay, but during this time, Shukracharya, who is the guru of the Asuras, went up to him, told him that I suspect, I find something fishy. I don't think this dwarf Brahmin is a normal monk. He is something different. You have to be careful. Don't commit anything. But he was into his ego. He didn't listen. The Shravana. He didn't listen to his guru, Shukracharya. And the moment he accepted to give three steps, he accepted it. Then the Lord Vishnu, started expanding his aura. Once he accepted, the Lord Vishnu started to expand. Okay, and with his 1 step, he conquered the earth. With the 2nd step, he conquered the Pataloka and Akash. And now he asked, where should I keep the 3rd step? And then Bali realized he was Lord Vishnu and he should have listened to his guru. But he accepted that, keep that 3rd foot on my head. Okay, so this is a story, and this is the most important story if you want to understand the Shravan Nakshatra. The person with the Shravan Nakshatra influence should always avoid extreme generosities, like the King Bali. Okay, they should always listen to the gurus. They should not be big on the ego. They should be humble. Okay, and the strength of the Shravan Nakshatra is the organization skill, is to listening abilities and communicating abilities as well. Anything which you will start on the Shravan Nakshatra, you will finish it off. Okay, when we cast Murta for different activities, Shravan Nakshatra is a nakshatra which, if you start anything on the Shravan Nakshatra, most definitely you will do it. Okay, so Shravan Nakshatra is a passive nakshatra, but at the same time with great abilities of the organization, just like Lord Vishnu, right? And it is also about listening to the inner self, moving into the self. Okay, and the moment you start listening to yourself, the inner voice, you are guided. You get the guidance from your spirit guides, from your Aradhya, right, from your Ishta Devata, and that inner voice guides you on your path, on your journey. Okay, so this is the Shravan Nakshatra. It has 4 padas. We talked about it. Now, what are the effects of Mercury through the nakshatra of Shravana? The planet of communication comes into the nakshatra of listening. Now, this is an interesting combination. The planet of Mercury is all about communication, is about communicating the self with the others, right? And Shravana is exactly opposite, which is all about the listening. But the influence of the Shravan Nakshatra can also lead to talking as well, to, to make the other person comfortable in a communication. Okay, these people, the Shravan Nakshatra people, has the ability to comfort, to make other people at ease in a communication, either by talking to them or by listening to them. So when Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Shravana, these people have great abilities of communication as well as great abilities with the listening, which takes their communication to the next level. Okay, so these people are great communicators. Now, the next thing, the planet of the organization comes into the nakshatra, which is all about organization, right? The organization skills of Shravan Nakshatra are next level. They have the greatest potential to organize a lot of things at times. And Mercury is the planet which is great at multitasking. At the same time, it is great with organizing information, organizing activities, and organizing multiple activities at the same time to achieve certain goal. Okay, so these people, the Mercury with the Shravan Nakshatra people, has greater organizational ability with the detailing. Mercury loves detailing. Okay, that's why the sign of Virgo is all about details and organization. So Mercury has that ability, which gets manifested into the Shravan Nakshatra in all the padas. Mercury is the planet of movement. Okay, even in your natural horoscope, the third house is the house of movement. It is not the Chara house, but it is the house of the transition between the second house, which is the fixed house, and the fourth house, which is the Chara house, which is the ultimate movement. So third house is the house of short distance travel. So you're moving from one place to the other place. So traveling is one thing which is obvious in Mercury in Shravan Nakshatra people. These people like to travel a lot. And again, there is some karma around the Trinity or the number 3. Okay, so they might have to travel 3 times. They might have to travel to 3 different places. There is something to do with 3. The symbolism of that nakshatra is the trident or the 3 feet or something to do with the 3. Shravan Nakshatra is all about the business or activities, doing certain things in life. And Mercury is great at business. So the planet of business comes into the nakshatra which supports achieving things or continuously going towards your goal, right? So that's what the Shravan Nakshatra is. The nakshatra of Shravana is all about completing the task. Okay, and now the planet of the variety or multiple things comes into the nakshatra, which is all about completing tasks. So these people are able to complete multiple tasks simultaneously because of the versatility of the Mercury and the completing task, the nature of the Shravan Nakshatra. Okay, next thing, the another thing about the Shravan Nakshatra is about the ears. Okay, so when you have Mercury placed into the nakshatra of Shravan, there is a lot of karma around listening or the ear itself. Okay, we talked about listening to the inner voice or listening to the mentors, gurus, and well-wishers. But there is also one thing which is very prominent about this placement is these people have something to do with ear. Okay, and how it will get manifested in different way. But whenever you see the prominent Shravan Nakshatra, always look at it in a different ways. Okay, we talked about listening, but also pay attention to the ear. Okay, you will see a lot of interesting facts about ear or listening or hearing, and it is more so when the planet of communication comes into this nakshatra. Okay, now another thing about this nakshatra is donation. Just go through this story of Vamana Avtara and you will have many more layers to the Shravan Nakshatra. You will understand a lot of things about this nakshatra. These people have some connection or association or some karma pending around the donations, right? And these people are generous when it comes to donations. They are also offering certain services for free for the upliftment of the society out of generosity. Okay, so this is also a key effect of Mercury getting into the nakshatra of Shravana. Shravan Nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of Shravan Nakshatra goes into the Aries Navamsha, and it ranges from 10 degrees to the 13 degrees 20 minutes of the Capricorn sign, and it is the sign of Aries, the Aries Navamsha. And now this is the again, this is the beginning of a new cycle. And here, when Mercury comes in here, it is all about the new thoughts, about the new life, about the new world. Okay, these people are always thinking about the fresh ideas. These people have great ideas or the fresh ideas about the world. These people will bring in some kind of a change with their thoughts, with their innovative thoughts. Okay, and these people are also onto the journey. Okay, now the second pada of the Shravan Nakshatra ranges from 13 degrees 20 minutes to the 16 degrees 40 minutes, goes into the Taurus Navamsha and is a Pushkar Navamsha. Excellent. Any planet placed in here will work on its highest vibrations, will work on its highest plane. When Mercury comes in here, it goes into its friend sign Taurus, but more so it will give you that stability to what has started into the Aries, and will also help them to hold it. Okay, because the sign of Taurus is also this fixed sign. Okay, and it also has the impact of Venus. Now the third pada of the Shravan Nakshatra ranges from 16 degrees 40 minutes to the 20 degrees and goes into the Gemini Navamsha, which is the Mercury's own Navamsha. Mercury rules Gemini sign, right? Now here Gemini loves to be in this sign because now it is into its friend's sign of Saturn, and now it is coming into its own Navamsha. It opens up and gives the best of what we discussed into the effects of the Navamsha, and more so it is all about the creativity and the communication to achieve and complete the task they have started. Okay, now the fourth pada of the Shravan Nakshatra ranges from the 20 degrees to the 23 degrees 20 minutes. I think last time I said 23 degrees 40 minutes, but it's ranging from 20 degrees to the 23 degrees 20 minutes. Okay, and it goes into the sign of Cancer. It goes into the Cancer Navamsha. Cancer is the sign of emotions. Okay, and the Mercury is the planet which is all about the communication, but more so it becomes more sensitive about the feelings of others. We talked about comforting others through listening. The placement of Mercury into the sign of Cancer brings in all the sensitivity associated with this listening and communication. So yes, this was Mercury through the nakshatra of Shravana, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join me on 33 days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp. And if you want to have one-on-one consultation with me, check out the link into the description section. Or if you want to deep dive into Vedic astrology, check out these 2 videos on your screen. They will help you to go ahead and go to the next level in Vedic astrology, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.